Hi everybody, this is your weekly horoscope for Monday the 5th of November going through until Sunday the 11th of November 2018. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you this week. And what I do in these weekly horoscopes, I give you a day-by-day rundown of what's happening in the sky, and I look at what relationships the planets form with one another and what energy that creates. As above, so below. That energy then affects all of us. So this is a weekly horoscope for all signs of the zodiac. If you're more interested in what's happening specifically for your sun sign, check out the forecast for November for your sun sign, or if you want more information on your rising sign as well, check out the forecasts for November, the monthlies. So on Monday the 5th of November, we have the Libra moon squaring Pluto in Capricorn. The moon in Libra is sociable, creative, it likes to build bridges, it's reasonable, it's very easy to get on with. It forms a square with Pluto in Capricorn, so there's friction between socializing and working. It trines Mars in Aquarius as well, so there's a desire to do something to help other people and to be of service. The Sun is in Scorpio, giving you great insight, and it trines Neptune in Scorpio. The water planet is in a water sign, and the most intense water sign that gets to the emotional truths of things. So it's a really great day to look within. So you don't enter the week really with a lot of personal power or a clear plan in a practical sense. You are really interested in looking within, connecting with your higher self, the higher realms, and you're more interested in abstract thinking and looking at who you are rather than making physical changes or being particularly interested in your work or your responsibilities or what you're meant to be doing. So try and focus on what you're supposed to do. If you do have the ability to make some time to pursue your dreams and you want to meditate and look within, and you have the good luck of being able to do that, then fab. Meditate for a couple of hours, you'll get lots of information coming through. But if you're someone who has to go to work, just make sure that it feels uncomfortable Monday the 5th because of the energies that are in the air. It's not just you who's feeling this, okay? This is particularly not a good day for people who procrastinate. Just tear the band-aid off. Don't procrastinate, it'll make things much worse. On Tuesday the 6th of November, we have the moon going into Scorpio at 3 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. So the moon in Scorpio now aligns with the sun in Scorpio, and you feel more comfortable looking at your emotions and really getting to the truth and seeing everything. Uranus retrogrades back into Aries. So Uranus is the outer planet of chaos and eccentricity and rebellion, and it's going back into Aries now. Aries has much more power when it comes to acting independently and moving forward. So it was in Taurus, it's retrograded back into Aries. It will go forward into Taurus again, but when it's in Aries, it's kind of more unpredictable. So on Tuesday, you really know what your feelings are, and you express them without censoring yourself. And you also have a desire to break through barriers, if there are any, especially if they can be flattened verbally. Then that's something you're really interested in. You're honest about what you believe in, and you express that in some way. So if you're a big liar with a big double life that you may be living, you'll slip up and you may say something that really unravels the whole thing. Scorpio is the revealer of hidden truths. Okay, so Tuesday really is like a truth-telling serum day, and you're really going to express what you feel. And if someone asks you how you are, you're going to very clearly tell them what you're feeling like. So you have to, again, be careful on this day if you're working, that you pull yourself together a little bit, and that you're not, Monday your head was in the sky a bit, Tuesday you're feeling like, I just want to let other people know what I'm going through, and that's my main interest. Whereas if you're going to work, the main point you're there is to work, not to you know, chat about your feelings with other people. If you're a psychic, an artist, a healer, or a spiritual teacher, this Monday and Tuesday are great for you because there's just so much water in the atmosphere. You'll really be able to move people. You'll know what will hook them in and get them to listen. Now on Wednesday, we have the new moon in Scorpio at 4:03 in the morning. I've made a separate video on the new moon. As far as new moons go, this is the most important one of the year because the new moon is when the moon is totally pitch black and you plant seeds of intention. So for what's coming in the next year. And this is really when you can know yourself best and say, okay, this is the deepest, darkest secret within myself that I've hidden. I want to resolve it. I'm going to resolve to change this within the next year. And that will really give you support. Because a new moon is when the moon pulls energy in. It's pulling lots of Scorpio energy in. So as the week progresses, you'll know yourself more and more and more. The Scorpio moon then sextiles Pluto and Capricorn, the planet of transformation and change in a physical sense, and it trines Neptune in Pisces. Yeah, so I have to amend what I said about Monday. Neptune is not in Scorpio, Neptune is in Pisces, okay? So water sign, still very happy, but Neptune is happier in Pisces because it actually rules Pisces than Scorpio. So Neptune is in Pisces, which allows you to manifest things. So on Wednesday, it's an amazing day to manifest things, and the new moon is going to bring real clarity to you and who you are, what you stand for, what your beliefs and values are, and what you want to do with the future. That process of looking at that will then lead you to act in different areas to fulfill your dreams, whether it's changing career or a living situation or your relationship status. The plants that you seed, the seeds that you plant today, I'm so sorry, the seeds that you plant today are really what can become what you want in future. So it's an incredibly important day. Have a look at the video on the new moon in Scorpio. It's really, as far as new moons go, it's the biggest one because it's the darkest one. And the darkest one pulls in the most and can bring the most light, you know? Extremes. If it's really dark, then it can get really bright and really positive. On Thursday, the 8th of November, we have the moon going into Sagittarius at 7:01 in the evening. So now the whole energy shifts. Sagittarius is much more about looking to the future, being positive, being optimistic, not sweating the small stuff so much, really feeling energized, optimistic, joyous, happy, and looking forward to things. Jupiter, the lucky planet, also moves into Sagittarius, the sign that it rules. Now that only happens once a year, that Jupiter changes signs. I'll have to make a separate video on that as well, I think. But Jupiter is the lucky planet and it rules Sagittarius. So for it to be in the sign that it rules is really good news for all of us. It's best news for Sagittarians, obviously. This is your year. This is your Jupiter return year. So luck is really, really on your side. But for the rest of us, having a Jupiter in Scorpio is fab because it means that when we look ahead to the future, what we want to do, and we set goals and we gallop towards them, good luck is on our side. So over the next year, from the Thursday, the 8th of November until November 2019, we're going to see a lot more people being adventurous, taking risks, creating things, going places that we haven't gone to before. It's all about a huge shift in focus, and it's now about exploration of this world and the higher realms. So there may even be some new spiritual breakthroughs, some new guru coming through. So that's a huge thing. So with this sign change, the moon joins it. It's also in Sagittarius. So after yesterday's deep look within yourself during the new moon on Wednesday, Thursday immediately follows that up by giving you amazing Sagittarius energy, and that gives you an incredible desire to make your dreams a reality now. You'll be super focused and you'll make things move on Thursday. So we're coming out of a week where you started and you came in fuzzy. It was water, water, water all the way until Wednesday, and it really hit the peak, or you went to the depths of the emotional truths on Wednesday during that new moon. Embrace the darkness. If it doesn't feel good, it's fine. Know that Thursday things will look up again and that the future is bright. You have to go to the dark places sometimes and plant those seeds in the dark so that they can grow. And on Thursday, you'll already feel like, oh my God, here we go. I feel that seed is growing away there. I'm going to keep growing along with it, and I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to go out into the world, and I'm going to succeed and pursue the things that I'm interested in and that make me feel like I'm alive. On Friday, the 9th of November, we've got the moon in Sagittarius still. It conjuncts Mercury in Sagittarius, so the way you feel and the way you communicate is very future oriented, and it's very much about what can happen, planning ahead, and teaching and learning to make these things a reality. You're not focused on the here and now. It's a masculine sign as well, Sagittarius. It's fire. So masculine signs are about doing, creating. They're not about receiving and listening. Venus is in Libra, in retrograde, remember, and it trines Mars in Aquarius. The male principle wants to serve and be of service, and the Sagittarius moon squares Neptune in Pisces again. So Friday, the 9th, is a day of possible administrative errors or arguments with your loved ones. That's really, really likely. Don't take that too seriously and try and laugh at these little squabbles, because it'll be something silly and that's really trivial, and you can blow it into something really big, and it doesn't need to be something big. So, you know, when it comes to arguing with people, a lot of times we feel stuck, like we have no choice. Like, you know, when an argument starts and someone says something that you really don't agree with, and you're just like, okay, now I'm going to retort and I'm going to come back. If you don't want to get involved in an argument, remove yourself from the situation and just revisit it another time. I saw this thing on Debbie Reynolds, and it was great. She just says, oh, I don't argue. I don't get involved with arguments. And the interviewer was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you know, whenever there's an argument starting, I just say, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not getting involved in an argument. I'm not doing it. So I will go to my room, or I will see you another time, but I will not be spoken to that way. I just don't do arguments. And that was the end of it. So, you know, it takes two to argue. So if you say, okay, you just called me some of the worst things ever, rather than react, I'm going to say, do you know what, I'm not going to argue with you. It's your opinion. Have fun with it. See ya. So don't take things people say today too seriously. It's probably something silly. If you do turn it into something that's majorly serious, then there's the potential for you to create some major rift out of nothing. So Friday is a day to be careful, especially with loved ones, because of this sensitive nature here. So that's what I mean, like, with this week being quite intense, because it's feelings, 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 and then what am I going to do? And now it's thinking about other people. It's a lot, you know. You really have to, you've got a lot on your plate this week. It's not a week to relax, really. You're really full on, and you're trying to do your best. So on Saturday the 10th of November, we've got the moon in Sagittarius still. It sextiles Venus in Libra and Mars in Aquarius. So the male and the female principle. It squares the asteroid Chiron, which is the wounded healer, that's in Pisces, and it trines Uranus in Aries. So Saturday is a great day for going on adventures and exploring. So sightseeing, sports, being out and about in nature. If you can make this a day of quiet and personal reflection, like you need it earlier in the week, then that's ideal. But if you're really busy with other people, watch your temper. Especially if you've signed up for something that you'd rather not do now. It's better to cancel and say, I don't want to go anymore, and suffer the fallout from that, than to go along and to suffer through the activities that you don't want to do. Because your temper will worsen and worsen and worsen. And with Venus in Libra and Uranus in Aries, it's likely that you'll kick off and that you'll snap. So Friday, the argumentative side, things started. Saturday, it gets really much stronger. Sunday, the 11th, that energy, it dissipates and goes away, thank goodness. Because the moon goes into Capricorn at 3:56 in the morning. The Capricorn moon then conjuncts Saturn in Capricorn, so the planet of structure and security in the sign of the worker. And it sextiles Neptune in Pisces. So this is a nice combination to dream and to do. So on Sunday, the 11th of November, this is really the most simple of the days of this week. You really get serious and focused on your work, what you want to be doing, how to create that, and how to create the security and structure that you want in whatever new venture that you're pursuing or doing. Yeah, so very watery for the first couple of days this week. Really look at the new moon and do a little ritual. I always think of one particular customer I have during a new moon in Scorpio, because she does a ritual. She gets like real plants that she wants in a house, like house plants, and then she puts them in a blue bowl for Scorpio. She puts blue candles around it, and then she plants these different seeds, and each one is a different desire of hers, and she takes it really seriously and she really focuses. And there's a lot of power in ritual, because if you're taking ideas, and I mean, anyone who works with the law of attraction or manifestation knows that what you look at gets bigger. So if you take ideas and you give them a physical form, like a circle of blue candles, you're really manifesting something in itself. So the magic is already beginning. And she then puts so much personal power and thought into each one of those seeds that every year her life gets better and better and better. It's really a wonderful little trick. And if you want to start that practice of setting intentions during every new moon, and they happen every month, or if you just want to do it during this new moon, which is the Scorpio one that you get at this time of year, then this is the one to do it with, if you never do it at other times. So I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with this week. I hope you have a wonderful time. Check out the video on the new moon in Scorpio. I've also put up the forecast for your sun sign. So if you're reading the horoscope in the paper, for that sign. Also for your rising sign, I've put up the forecast for 2019. So if you're interested in that, have a look there. Remember to follow me on Twitter, please. I've got a new account there. It's @TalkToGregory. So if you're active on Twitter and you want to get involved, because I really like Twitter, and I put a lot of NASA things there, and I do little, I really like it, but I've always found it's just never been the one that's really worked for me. So I've got a new one, @TalkToGregory. If you are on Twitter, please follow me. Have a wonderful week. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, and I also do personal reading. So if you would like a personal reading with me, please go to the website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab, and in my personal readings I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. I combine all three. The astrology chart shows me where you've been in past lifetimes, what your life purpose is in this lifetime, what your vocational aptitudes are, so how you're talented in different parts of work, what your what you're destined to experience in love and finance and moving and health, spiritual progress, children. I can look at anything like that. Or if you have questions that you want answered or compatibility, I can look at that as well. So just head over to gregoryscott.com and order your reading there. Hit the subscribe button and I will speak to you next week. Check out some of my other videos as well. The daily tarot readings if you're into those. The forecast for 2019 and for November for your sun sign. Have a wonderful week and I will speak to you soon.